Welcome back to the vBrownBag Build Day. Today we're looking at the very first stage, what it's like to be a customer on the very first day that you deploy the HPE Simplivity solution. We're here in a lovely quiet data center and we have a rack full of equipment sitting in a box here. I'm going to hand over to Guitierre here, who is going to do the actual unboxing to tell us what it is we're doing and a little bit about yourself, this team, and where we are.
Sure. Thank you, Alastair. As you say, we're here to deploy and unbox first the Simplivity that we just received from the factory. It's a few buildings away, but we still go through the whole process of the factory and packaging and all that.
So even though this equipment hasn't actually left the premises, right, we're still getting it packaged. This is actually the location where all those factory direct builds occur. Correct.
And this is exactly how the customer will receive a Simplivity solution packaged, and they will be able to see how it's unpackaged, unboxed, and all that. We are here in a solution center for the Americas. The team works with customers to provide proof of concept and benchmarking services, and that's what we use this equipment for. This is Charlie, and again, my name is Guitierre Mercado, and we will be doing all this process for you guys today.
Great, and in some of the shots you'll see rows and rows of servers here. There's about 4 rows deep. It's a nice sized data center, so there's a lot of equipment in here that you'll see in the shot. I don't think we're allowed to do a tour, so you'll have to satisfy your inner geek, or outer geek in our case, with what we can see. So let's dig in and get these boxes open and see what we've got inside.
Oh, sure. Sounds good.
All right. So there's some basic instructions on the builds on the side. So let's go take a little look at what we're going to do as we actually unbox this thing.
Sure.
Right. So what are the steps?
All right, so you will get this rack that's wrapped and packaged. The first thing is cutting the wrapping tape, taking the top off, removing the white tabs from both sides of the enclosure, and then you will use some wrenches to unbolt brackets that are holding the shipping brackets, metal shipping brackets.
So the rack is attached to the actual pallet underneath?
To the actual shock pallet. So you will take 2 of those, then you will release the packaging that's inside the cardboard.
So we've got boxes for the coupling to adjacent racks and the stabilization feed if it's alone and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
you will take those boxes off the way they are wrapped around the rack inside the main cardboard box, and then you will take this long box, which includes a set of ramps or 2 ramps that will be assembled in the front of the pallet, and they will be placed right in front of the rack in a couple of holes that are
pins to hold
in the pallet. So that's pretty intuitive. With this diagram you can see in general what you need to do. Then you unbolt a couple more bolts to bring the feet up of the rack so it will be able to roll, and then using the help of at least 3 people without being in front of the rack, so we don't want anyone to be rolled over, you will lower the rack.
Right. So, and for us there's only 3 Simplivity 380s inside this rack, so it's not terribly heavy, but you can imagine that if there were a couple of frames of Synergy in here and some 3-par, then there will be a lot of weight in there, and that risk of it running away as it comes down the ramps will be quite significant.
Yes, definitely. Usually they put the worst case scenario in case it's a fully loaded rack.
It's the same box, whether it's half empty like ours or completely loaded.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm not allowed to do very much in this data center because I haven't been through the safety training and I'm not on the insurance. So I'll let you guys get started, and I will ask you some questions as we go along. All right, let's get it open.
All right.
Sounds good.
So we'll use a standard set of tools. The first one is just to cut some of this. You can use a cutter or pliers, whatever you have on hand. So let's see.
You want somebody tall to help with that one?
Yeah.
Here.
We can use your help here.
Yeah. Oh, careful.
All right.
There we go. Yeah.
So, can you take the?
Right. Yeah, take this.
Can you take the white tabs on the
Okay.
other side?
All right, yeah. So now we're taking these white tabs off. This is kind of holding the box together. Yep. So these are, they just like open and close like so.
And you'll remember them from Proliant packaging for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, yeah, let me give you a hand.
So some nice big chunks of cardboard for my children to play with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I figure they might be a little oversized for checked baggage. So lots of plastic wrap and foam to make sure there's no damage inside, even if this gets shipped halfway around the world.
I think it's tied down.
Yeah, it's tied over here. Yeah, go for it.
Like Christmas.
It is like
basically.
Christmas.
It's like unwrapping a huge Christmas present.
It's fun. All right. So then we take the boxes on the side of the rack. This is particular boxes are the RAM.
There you go. Thank you.
And now we're lifting the curtain now.
Yeah. Taking the plastic bag off of here.
So this is a huge plastic bag for
So this is definitely not for my children to play with.
storing Christmas presents or something.
Or
So-
making hot air balloons.
Exactly. So this is the rack. We can move the accessory box off the way. And then you can see the brackets that are holding the rack in place to the shock pallet. So let's try this. So this is a 11/16 wrench.
So there are also the same thing on the other side. You may not be able to see it in the camera. So I'll go there and I'll kind of unbolt it on the other side as well.
So both front and back securely locked to the pallet.
Right. So these are the shipping brackets, basically.
So these brackets are only for during shipping time. They're
Correct.
disposed of once we're
Correct.
off
They are disposed along with the
But the accessory pack's got the
And the
actual
shock pallet.
seismic floor
Correct.
foot.
Yes, those are options that you can order along with the rack. If it will be standing alone, then you need the stabilizing bracket, stabilizing feet. If they will be coupled together with other racks, then you don't need that.
This side,
so, all right, so let me bring another wrench for this smaller.
Just try to see if this one works.
The smaller one?
No, I need that. Oh, you need this one? Okay, let me...
Charlie has the wrench, so I will fully take this off. Can I have
this one?
And these are for the bottom views.
You want me to go in closer with the camera? You want me to go in closer with the camera? No.
Oh, yeah. All right, we have the brackets off.
Too late.
Do you want me to show you? Okay. All right, let's open the, so here's a more detailed diagram of.
Let's get it the right way so we can see. It's kind of heavy.
Yes, these are wooden ramps. So basically, what it shows after you raise the feet, so it won't get caught in the ramp or the wooden sides on the ledge. So you have to assemble the ramp so the wooden ledge will be in the center or facing in the inside of the rolling rack. So with your feet, you stomp them down into the holes that are drilled into the shock pallet. You have to put this with Velcro that they have. You have to place them so they will support the ramp throughout that. Never put you in front of the rack to try to stop it. And always be careful, like multiple people, depending on the weight of the rack. Yes. So we recommend 3 people so they can drive the rack. Keep it aligned and correct. And someone else pushing, because this might be heavy. Get it started. And then and they have to pass through a little ledges and stuff like that.
And it's rolling on feet that are designed to be static. It's not. There's no wheels underneath the rack.
No, there's wheels on the rack. Okay. But you have feet to, once you place it in the definitive spot.
Oh, right, so we're lifting the feet up.
Yeah, we're lifting the feet. These are the same you will lower once it's in place.
Okay, so it is going to be rolling on wheels, which is a little easier.
So I guess we can open it. Any side will do. So what we usually do is just put it there and try to slide them out. Are they stuck?
This one as well, and then we're going to slide them out. Here goes. All right.
This goes in the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. So these feet are already up. We just want to make sure they are up. So we don't hit. You can use your feet or stomp it with a hammer. So they have a little letter there that should match the letter here.
If you can't see from the sizing that they're in the right place, you at least have some labeling to tell you.
Right. I think this needs to go.
Velcro to stay in place.
Oh, this is. Sometimes they don't line up perfectly, so you
doesn't line up quite. Exactly.
So you have to make it.
As long as it supports the ramp. Good.
So yeah, this is the result of being too far back. You need to move the
A further.
because it's not completely rigid along there because it's got that hinge in the middle, and you need that hinge to be smooth.
So you just need to make sure there's no.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
Okay. So something maybe B is not sitting proper. Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of little adjustments to stand on it to make sure it's good.
Just to make sure it's safe. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So then you visually align the ramps. The pallet is aligned with the tiles, so we can align the ramps with the tile too.
So that the rack will come down from the shock pallet smoothly.
Right.
And we'll stay on the ramps the whole
Exactly.
end because
Yeah. Richard, can you help us push the
So
rack?
again, the 3-man arrangement, one at the front getting things rolling, and the 2 on the sides who are primarily to keep it
Ready?
straight
1, 2, 3.
and to make sure it doesn't run away. And,
All right.
and there it is. We have
There he goes.
So
a
there
rack
it is.
off the pallet.
And now we just pick this
This
up.
can all now be cleaned up, and
Yep.
and we can get all this packaging out of the data center before the data center manager, Guitierre, starts complaining that we've got all this packaging in here.
Exactly.
Oh, it's waiting for Charlie.
Okay. All right.
So that's the whole process, how it's done. We have the rack here and ready to roll it into the final position where we will be helping Alastair to implement it during the next
During the
session.
build day. Yeah, so it's going to be rolled into place in the rack. It's in this data center, you've got a gap in the middle of a rack that you can put it into, couple it up to either side, feed in the power, and then hook into the existing network, and all will be good.
Correct.
Yep.
So
Well, I think the other thing we should do is have a look at what's actually in the rack, because it's going to be far easier to see here and far better lit.
Sure.
So let's see what actually turns up in these racks as they come from factory direct.
Sure. Do we need to like
So
move
let's,
the rack to the
let's,
camera?
let's bring it back this way so we can see it.
All right.
So this is the rack. This is a 3-node Simplivity system. So it comes with the 3 Simplivity nodes and the blanking panels. Obviously, you saw the back; it was empty. We have a 0U PDU for powering the extension cords here on the side of the rack, where all the servers and anything we put on top,
So
like switches.
It's already
or
got enough PDU capacity in there for a fairly normally populated rack. I mean, we're not using a lot of the power that's
correct.
being fed.
In fact, only one circuit is used by those 3 servers. So the first circuit is the only one used. You have multiple extension
So that's all
cables.
already populated into the side PDUs.
Correct.
All right.
Let me show you.
Waiting for a magician's assistant
To pop out of here?
Yes. So each pair comes off of the two 0U PDUs. You have two for redundancy,
Of
power
course.
redundancy. And this is the first circuit, second, third, fourth, and it corresponds to
To the breakers.
the breakers that you have on the PDU. And there's open, you only have 4 per PDU and 3
Right.
more open there. So
And everything nice and cleanly cabled down. We've got
Yes.
the leads going through cable management arms into the servers.
correct. This is factory integrated, so you will see the arms running the power cables. If you order your solution with network integrated from factory, the network cables will
also be
be
run.
also run through the arms. And yeah, it comes neatly packaged. The power connectors, these are
Whatever's
1530s.
Yeah.
That's
But that's again a geographic specific option.
Correct.
Like all of the things in here.
Yeah, these same PDUs can come with a variety of connectors.
connectors.
Yeah, so exactly.
Nice. And do we have some environmentals in here as
This
well?
is the power control unit. You can connect this to power management units. They will also have, these are the smart connectors. All the cables that end up or that have a blue
Blue connector on
yes,
What-
those
blue.
means that they are intelligent. So the power management system can know how much power is going on, if they are connected or disconnected,
Nice.
and all that. So
Nice.
they have good options. You also, this rack also come with a LED light. So
Oh, that's nice.
especially with this lab, the old racks don't have these. We experience the lack of light. We have all our headlights and
Headlamps for them,
everything,
yeah.
headlamps. But with these new racks, this is also an option, but you have the
Right.
light triggered by the opening of the door.
Nice.
So
And we haven't chosen to get any of the environmentals for the rack because we have good environmental control in the data center, presumably.
correct, we have the environmental control embedded in the data center. And as you see, this rack came without the side panels. That's
Yeah,
that's
for
also an
mid-row.
option. Yeah, you can take off your order or put in. So again, this rack will be coupled together with other racks, so
Yeah.
we don't need the stabilizing feed or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Nice. All right, and so your next thing you're going to be doing is rolling this back to one of the dark corners where that light inside it's going to be very helpful.
Correct.
Getting some power in there, and then we'll get the network all together, and we can start to commission this up. In fact, probably for the people watching the live stream, we've already commissioned this up, but this is what we're using.
Yes.
Excellent.
Correct.
Great. Well, that took what, about 30 minutes from the
yeah.
moment that we started cutting that first
About.
strapping until almost all of the stuff is out of the way and we're ready to place this in the row.
Yep.
Right.
Sure.
Thanks, Guitierre and Johnny.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Good.